again, before the video begins, I have a few things to say. Thanks to Danes who recorded all this, I just edited the video. Secondly, this is the second part of the video. If you're searching for a map, the maps from A1 to E7 are featured in the first part, which should be linked here. I also created a playlist for both of these videos. And now in the second part, there will be the maps from F1 to J7. There are a few exceptions, but they will be explained by Danes in the video. And another thing, if you've never ever played or heard of BlockParty, you should start with watching a video by Zach that will be linked right here. It is a video for starters, and that's just some basic knowledge you should have about the game before getting into like spots stuff that will be shown in this video. That's all I gotta say. I hope you all enjoy.
Hello there everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the tutorial of all floors on BlockParty. And it's Danes again, and I'm gonna be alone, and I'm gonna showcase all the remaining floors. Now, since the stupid fucking retard I am, I forgot E6 from part 1, which is this floor. I forgot to actually, yep, I skipped it, and I didn't realize, so, yep. I'm officially brain dead sometimes, but that's fine, I guess. We're not gonna go to speed 12, we're gonna go to speed 10. If you remember the big squares, yeah, you remember the position of speed 10 was over here. The position of the squares, or the smaller squares, is the same. I remember the two colors behind me. These two, so brown, magenta. Stand slightly to the left of the middle. There you go, lime, light blue. And that's how I do it. Brown, yellow. Now you can do it a few other spots, such as over here. It is possible. For instance, if you are located in this corner and you know I have no time to run over there, just remain over here, okay? Because it is possible. It may be a little difficult, but it is possible. Okay? Good. Speed 11. Here you have kind of the same principle. There is only one square that is surrounded by other colors. Completely surrounded by other colors. And that's this one. It's just above this extra long square, you can say. So remember, the square above this long one. That's where you want to stand. You have two options. Either you stand in the middle and reach 9 out of 11 colors. Very center, you have all the colors around you. Now this is the one color you cannot reach. Because you can reach 10 if you are quick enough. Because you can reach this one as well. Now, what you want to do is to stand slightly off the middle and move yourself a little more to that one color. The distance becomes way more difficult to reach, but it is possible. So I remember the color extra much, and if it's not, it's one of the colors that are surrounding this one, or that one itself. As you can see, it's possible to reach these corners. Like blue. So as you can see, everything here is possible. Now speed 12 has the exact same principle as the big squares. 6 colors. No more is possible. So there is one stripe, one aisle, which is slightly smaller, narrower than the rest, and that's the middle. So as you can see, This one has only 6 blocks, I believe, while the others have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the others have 7. So a huge recommendation is to go for the narrower aisle, as you have a larger chance of making it. You can stand many different places anyways. You have so many locations you can stand, but I usually pick this one specifically. Just stand in the middle and just jump. No more than that. I'd say it's a quite simple door on speed 12, since you have this narrow aisle. But as I said, you can go anywhere you want, so it's completely fine. You just have to be a little lucky. It's almost about, you have 50-50% of surviving, so there you go. So moving on to the real floors, that I'm going to showcase. F1. This is a speed 12 compatible floor. And people stand a little differently. Not too much, just as long as you stand in the area over here, basically. Okay? It's a little sloppily made circle there, but you get the point. If you stand somewhere over here, you will have the availability to all colors in a mere proximity. I stand right on top of this corner over here, and I remember this one. But yeah, up to you what you want to remember. I just basically stand on top of this corner, and it might be good to remember the color you're standing on. So, just in case you don't jump off. So, otherwise you can do it on every single corner, as it's mirrored and it's symmetrical and perfectly fine. Not much else to say about this floor. It's very self-explanatory. Going to F2, we have our first speed 11 compatible as minimum for this part. Now, yes, this is also a floor where you must go for the corners, but it's available on every single one of them. Simply stand not exactly in the middle, just slightly off to. In this situation, it's to the left, slightly to the left, and you should be able to make everything with ease. Whereas over here is to the right. Always remember this color, okay? Depending on where this color is located, move yourself slightly directed towards that color, perpendicular to the middle, so you get the point. Stand over here, you're gonna be able to reach every single color just as easy as anything else. Moving on to speed 12, it's gonna be more difficult. The maximum advantage you can have is reaching all colors except for one. The one color you cannot reach is this one. This depends heavily on how good you are at jumping. It can be extremely tricky to reach all the colors since there are many to choose from, and you have to do big leaps for almost every single one of them. However, if you happen to stand approximately in the middle here, yeah, exactly right in the middle here, you would be able to reach every single color except for that one. Okay? This one is completely excluded and no one should actually be able to reach it anyways, because no one's standing there. If you think this is too difficult, you can of course make it easy for you and exclude a few colors. And I just got the color I can't reach. Yeah, that's fun. If you want to exclude a color, you can exclude this one. It's not mandatorily needed. So, if you want to skip it, you can actually go into first person if you wish. Since this one is ignored, you do not need to go for that color location. You can actually go for it over here instead. And as you can see, if you look down, I can now show you also that my FOV is on 95. Just gonna put that out in case you have a lower FOV and you feel like, oh, I don't see all this. Maybe your FOV is like 80. Say that. Oh, this feels weird. If it's 80, you may not be able to see it as clearly, of course, and that makes it more difficult. I have it on 95, so just if you wanted to know. But yeah, if you want to skip that color, go over here. You can say stand right here between these colors almost. And everything's completely possible. So moving on to F3, we have this abstract cube thingy. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about this one. I don't know really how to describe it. It's just rectangles all over the place. Okay. Speed 11 compatible. Now you have to stand exactly in the middle, and preferably remember the middle and the edge. Pink, orange. And that's all there is. Very simple, very explanatory, self-explanatory. Just as easy as that. Going on the side can be way more difficult. So I show you, do not attempt this one. Okay? I would recommend for you to go for the oblong side of the rectangle. Okay? I'm questioning if this is actually possible. Maybe. But unnecessary, since you can easily maneuver yourself to the side, and there should be no problem whatsoever. Going to speed 12, you can reach 5 out of 7 colors. You can stand in 2 positions. Either stand here, where you can reach all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand on this block, then almost between these 2 colors. And remember the most distant locations, the middle and this color. As you can see, it's possible. Completely possible. The second location is you move everything by 1. And as you can see, that was the most distant color that I had. You basically exclude middle, but you add this color instead. Remember the 2 most distant, and you're gonna be fine. And as you can see, it's still as equally possible. The edge should be always excluded, since you can only reach a maximum of 4 colors if you wanna try and reach it. So my advice is, do not attempt going for the edge. Alright? Moving on to F4, we have the spiral triangle floor. One of the most hated floors. Speed 10. Many may know the location by this time, but I will introduce it anyways. There's only one place where speed 10 is compatible, and that's over here. southeast corner. I usually remember two colors, which is this one and this one. Sometimes I also remember this one, which is located over here too. Altogether, you want to position yourself right in between them, which is roughly over here. So I remember yellow, magenta, sometimes purple. Can be difficult to reach them all, but it's fully possible. As you can see, it is. Going to speed 11 is no longer possible. You had to remove two colors. Where you want to stand is up to you. The corners are functioning a little different from each other. For instance, over here, you can stand right over here. You can stand between the triangles and the middle of the spiral. Between here, you can reach all colors except for two. This being this one, and another color which is nowhere near. It is this one, isn't it? No. Which one is it? It's this one. Otherwise, it's relatively easy. However, there is an easier spot if you're located nearer this one, or happen to be in the exact same corner. If you stand over here on the corner of the floor, you can reach all of these triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only one triangle you can't reach, which happens to be this one, and the middle stripes. Those two are inaccessible on the corner. However, both of them are reachable on in the other location, so be cautious. And the top, it's pretty much the same principle as the first corner. Stand in between the middle spiral and the triangles. Moving on to speed 12, these opposite corners would function equally as perfectly exactly the same. So I will only showcase it over here. You had to exclude one more color this time. In this case, it's this one. No, sorry, this one. You stand in between the middle stripe and this triangle. Perhaps remember them too, and you should be fine. I usually like going in first person when I play this one, since I can see all of the colors, and it can make it easier sometimes. Keep in mind this is definitely possible and should not be too much of an issue. Next one is still in the corner, only that you ignore this color location. Over here, you barely even need to use your sprint key. As you can see, all colors are so close to each other. Here, I would definitely recommend first person. There should be no trouble at all, as shown. So going on to F6, we have this scattered pixelated floor. What else to say about it? It's speed 12 compatible, but whatever you do, always be in first person when you play this on speed 12. Just always, okay? Always. Playing this in third person is basically suicide. You have 3 or 4 different locations if you wish, but you have a location for each corner where the troll color is. So you can say this is light blue, you can say it's very sparsely placed out. So I'm gonna start with this corner. This is probably the most difficult corner of them all, since you actually have to sprint a little to reach most colors. You have to be in the corner of the corner, you can say. But if you are behind the troll color, always have the troll color as you mark for where you're standing. Just be slightly behind the troll color and you should be able to see all colors. Okay? You may find a few regions a little more difficult, such as this one, or this one. So always be cautious, look at the side and look and compare it to the troll color. Okay? I would recommend just remembering the troll color in your head and seeing what other colors exist. Okay? Great. Going to the second spot where the troll color is located. Hang on. I'm just gonna have to see. Okay, gray. There it is. Okay. You have to stand slightly to the left of the troll color. Okay. This is the most distant color, so that's always good to keep note of. You have the troll color, and then you have the extra large chunk. Here you basically almost also don't really need to use a sprint key, unless it's one of the 2 colors. All others are nearby. White and purple. Alright? See, it's really simple when you suddenly don't need, when you suddenly don't play in third person, but actually in first person. It helps you a lot. Oh my god. So moving on. So moving on to the third spot, which is the most popular corner, City for Lost. We have 2 different positions for each color location there. This one can be all the colors can be accessed from the span over here. So just turn slightly right of the troll color, and you should be fine. Okay? Just be cautious of most. Oh god! Just be cautious of most colors because some are still located over here. Okay? So it's still, I'd say this is more of a difficult spot because you usually don't use it. For others, it might be more since they're more used to it. But this is also still is equally possible anyways. Nevertheless, if you want to be standing and reaching this location of the troll instead, stand slightly to the right. Just particularly remember the troll color, and all other will be located in your close vicinity. No need to use the sprint key unless it's the troll color. Okay? Now I'm not implying you shouldn't at all. I'm just trying to inform you that don't try to panic jump all the time, because really it's not such big leaps as you may think it is. So be relaxed, okay? Do not panic. Be relaxed when this floor appears. Okay? That's all I can give you. Moving on to F6. Oh. The previous floor was F5, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's gonna be shown down in the corner. Anyways, the previous floor was F5. This is F6. And this is our first speed 9 minimum. for today. This is where all colors are still possible. Now, you don't want to be located exactly in the middle. You want to be slightly tilted to the right because you want to reach the edge. Okay? So that's why you want to stand slightly to the right on this color instead. I particularly remember the edge color. If it's not the edge color, you can almost be certain the color is located to the right of you. Brown. See? The only other color would be the kind of game-shaped color. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just gonna call it game-shaped, okay? So red. No? To the right. And that's how easy speed 9 is. So moving on to speed 10, we have to exclude the edge color. This is no longer available. This time, you want to be located in the middle. And preferably remember the game-shaped color. So green. If it's not green, you can also, once again, be almost certain that the color is located to the right of you. Even if you start turning to the right, if it's one of these two colors, you still have the chance to return. Just turn around and go back. You still have the opportunity. And as you can see, all colors are accessible. Except for the edge, of course. But that's a statement already implied. Speed 11. Here, a lot of colors are being excluded. It's the edge alongside with these two. These two are no longer accessible. So where do you understand? You understand roughly exactly where you stood on speed 9. You can see the shape here. The first possible shape of a cube on this color, yeah, is basically here. Stand in the middle of it. Okay? And now we can reach this color, the game-shaped color, and this one as well. That's as far as you can go on speed 11. So light blue, grey. But as you could see, it's completely possible as they are equally distant to each other. Purple, cyan. And if that would appear, no one would really have made it. Going to speed 12, this is where the multi-location is appearing. You can only reach 5 colors as a maximum. And that's why this floor is so horrible on speed 12. So many colors, so few to reach. The most common location is right over here, where you can reach all these 5. The edge will always be ignored. You can also stand here, for instance. You basically remove the middle and go for the game-shaped. You can also stand over here. We only reach completely different colors in comparison. The only united color would be the background and the edge. You will both either make it or you will both either fall. And this is why speed 12 on this floor is so luck dependent. Which I think is really bad. But there you go. Speed 12 is, funny enough, speed 12 may actually be the easiest speed version of the floor. Since you have to reach, you have to sprint to reach all of the colors on the other speed levels, but not on speed 12. So moving on to F7, it's the track floor. And this is speed 11 compatible. Just not on 2 of the corners. These two are inaccessible on speed 11. These two are. Since they are basically equally the same, I'm gonna just showcase my own favorable corner, the southeast corner. I stand slightly, just slightly on top here, slightly on top of the color. I remember the two most distant, which is the edge and the middle. So yellow, pink, yellow, pink. As you can see, reaching all colors is actually possible. Right? Please edit that out. Okay. Pink, cyan. Yeah, as you can see, both directions completely possible. And the same with the front. This edge line. It's actually a shorter distance to the edge line, reason it's completely possible. And I can just briefly show you. It's completely the same mechanic and concept. Going to speed 12, it's most recommendable to be located in the corner, where you can reach 5 colors. 2 colors you can't reach are the 2 middle ones. So that's why it's always best being located over here. And as you can see, since these inner colors have 2 sets, it's way more difficult to actually reach an equal amount over here. Hence the reason you should want to go for the corner. And this works on every single corner. Okay? Alright. Going into the G section, we have G1. And this is actually not compatible with speed 12, it's actually speed 11. But this is a very brief showcase. It's basically you stand a little out of the middle. It's completely mirrored. So don't worry. You stand on this particular color. More centered. And maybe perhaps focus extra on this color. Otherwise, you should be perfectly fine. Speed 12. You have to ignore this one. This is impossible. And you will have to stand diagonally. And I would recommend being in first person. Stand diagonally and remember the center and the background color. This is the background color and this is the center. So light gray brown. Otherwise, you're basically nearly standing on the others. As you can see, it's completely possible. Moving on to G2, we have this. I call this the cookie floor because all these look like cookies, okay? This is actually speed 11 compatible. However, it's a very big challenge. What you understand is roughly just centered to this cookie. You want to be on the outside rim of it. Okay? This works with the opposite cookie as well. It's completely fine. It's just mirrored. Like the floor is mirrored, only not color-wise. However, it's only these cookies that have changed colors. All the others are identical. But if you stand here, you want to remember specifically 2 colors. You want to remember middle cookie decoration and this one. Okay? Those 2 colors. So in this case, lime blue. Light gray pink. Black orange. Gonna wait till I get one. I'm gonna wait till I get one. Green orange. And do not forget that this color also exists, okay? Can be easy to forget it, and if you do, you may have the risk of falling. Purple, pink. White, green. As you can see, it works. You can actually reach all colors. See? It demands a lot of practice, but in the end, it is fully possible. Regarding this color, I usually go over here instead, over this one. You can decide if you want to run backwards or forwards. That's up to you. Now going on to speed 12, you have several locations again. You can either stand over here, right in between all these cookies. Basically, you can only reach a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. Okay? You cannot reach more. And I don't have the luck with me. Seems like I'm not going to be making this. Or I will. Basically, just stand much located in the middle over here and you should be fine. Alright? You can also go for the opposite side. See? It will be the same. Oh my god! Stop! I'm gonna go insane. I'm gonna go insane. So, there you go. Finally. Okay, I'm gonna switch position. Anyways, we also have this location. We also can reach 6 colors. As you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And this works on every single corner of the map. The floor. So, and as you can see, all the colors are really close to each other. Huge benefit. Oh yeah. I hate this floor. You can also stand in the middle here and reach 6 colors. However, I usually believe this is more of a risk, since you have to stand basically over here. And all jumps are more distant in comparison to the others. So my recommendation is do not be located in this position, since you have 2 others that are way easier. Okay? G3. This is of course speed 12 compatible. Just beware. Only 2 out of the 4 directions are possible. Okay? This and this side is not possible, so do not go over there. Only go for this side and this side. Alright? So stand over here. I'm actually in third person over here, even though I have so many colors, I like being in third person. I remember the middle and this one. So it would be purple and brown. Light blue and cyan. Just keep in mind to remember the colors in front of you, these two, so you do not forget them either. Okay? Otherwise, this floor is perfectly fine. Not too big of a trouble. So moving on to G4, we have our next speed 12 compatible floor. Now there are 2 positions. The first one is over here. You can stand right here between these colors, you can say, right between this diagonal. And remember the background color, in this case blue. Otherwise, the colors are straight in front of you, to the right. And do this in first person. No, 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 no. I refuse. I refuse to believe I fell on that. It never happened. The next location is right here. Basically, it's right between coming out these three colors, okay? And once again, remember the background color. Remember black. All other colors are in front of you, or to the left of you, in this case. As you can see, this is completely possible. A very easy floor in comparison to nearly all others. Alright? So moving on to G5. We have this bad boy. Now this is speed 11 compatible, of course. And you basically want to stand in between this edge, this color, and the middle ones, which is roughly located over here. Now you can decide yourself if you want to remember the middle colors or the edge or both. I prefer to remember the middle colors, so I remember pink and black. Just do not discriminate the middle, because I know a lot of people do. Tend to ignore them when they are fully possible. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, it's just a piece of cake. Now going on to speed 12, you have to remove two colors. And I have tried my best. And I have not really found a good, and I can tell you, it is possible to actually reach all the colors except for one, if you stand over here. Now this is extremely difficult, so that's why I say you can basically ignore this one. But if you wish, you can attempt. Okay? You can attempt it. Here. As you can see, you can still reach this color as well as this one. If I get it, which it seems like I won't. Light blue, red. But yeah, this is possible, just extremely difficult. Do not attempt this if you're insecure. Not even I do it. Okay. Cyan purple. Brown white. Nope. Seems like I'm not gonna get this color, am I? Life is unfortunate. Anyways, going on to the simpler version of this is back into first person. Not now, please. Anyway, going here, you will soon see that you have all the colors in your field of vision. I usually remember the two middle colors again. Magenta, brown. They will store in front of you or to the right of you. Or not reachable. Yeah. As you can see, all colors are easily possible. The two colors you cannot reach are of course these two. Now going on to floor G6, we have this one. This is speed 11 compatible. Not very easy though. So the color you want to keep notice of is this one. This L shape. Stand on top of it, you know, on top of that corner, okay? And remember two colors, the corner and the middle. Sometimes you might want to remember this one too, the edge. Stand over here, and this is fully possible, okay? So red, magenta. Blue, magenta. So I always keep an extra eye on the edge color. That's basically where my eyes are focused. Let's see if we can get a corner or middle. As you can see, the corner is possible. And remember, the distance between these colors are equal. So if you can reach the corner, you can also reach the middle. Okay? Light gray, pink. As you can see, everything is completely possible. Moving on to speed 12, we have to remove a few colors, like the middle and the inner color, okay? All other colors are actually possible. Still difficult to reach, but possible. Now, going here, you can actually still reach this color. This particular color is actually possible. Most people, if you want to do it the easy way, you can stand over here. And being first person makes it easier. You see, you barely even need to use a sprint key actually. That's how easy this is. But you can also be located right over here. Oh, whoops. And you will be able to reach that corner color as well. The risk is you will have a distance to two more other colors, as you can see. However, depending on your own thoughts, it may actually be worth it. As you can see, everything is possible still. So moving on to G7, we have this floor, which is not speedwell compatible, but 11. You can be located in any corner, stand between the ring and the corner. Okay? Then, that's basically it. Remember them, black, red. And there's nothing, not really anything else to explain about this one. Just as easy, as simple as that. Going into speed 12, however, you have to remove one color, which is the middle slash corner. Be located right between the colors here. And remember two colors. This one and this one. Now, bear in mind, to reach the ring, you have to go for this exact block, okay? And for this exact block on this thing, okay? But as you can see, it is possible. Pink, blue. And everything else is quite easy to reach. If you feel this is too difficult, you can remove this color and basically go over here. Oh, ironic, isn't it? You can be located over here and all the colors are so nearby, it's gonna be fine. Now we go into the H section. So H1, which is speed 12 compatible, and this is really simple, just gonna go through it really quickly. A few people are standing over here, but I think this is a way worse spot actually. Since you have to reach for a lot, you have to basically jump wider to reach all colors. Because you have to stand here, lime, grey. The middle, you don't have to. You can stand over here or over here, and as you can see, you can reach 4 colors by standing in the middle. two remaining colors, which are located just in front of you, lime and purple. Same here, you barely need to touch the sprint key. Do not panic. If none of these two colors appear, you can basically just stand still. See? Not difficult at all. No. Moving on to H2, we have speed 11. Now you can stand on either side. The result is the same. Now you want to stand on this particular color. Stand roughly centered of it. And you can be faced either this direction or this direction. Completely up to you. I stand this direction, and remember, you can say this is an eye. So I call it the eye floor, okay? I call these colors the eyelids. The most outer eyelid. Remember that color. So cyan. In this case, orange. If it's not orange, keep in mind of the eye, okay? So light blue. Anyways, all colors are completely possible. However, you need to reach a little to make sure all colors are accessible. So green. Okay, lime. As you can see, everything is possible. You can reach that color, you can also reach the middle. And this stripe. Alright? Perfect. You can also stand this direction. And that's just an equal result. Okay? So no worries. You do you. You do. So moving on to speed 12. It can be located in several positions, which makes this a multi-location as well. You can either choose to stand over here, or you can be located one step up over here. Oh, that's my bad, that's my bad. You can also step yourself up, so you can say, as long as you have 4 colors available and 2 colors behind you. 3 colors, sorry. Or 2 colors. All the eyelids plus 4 of these, okay? 7 colors in total. That's the maximum you can reach. I usually go for the middle because I like the middle. Simply explain that. However, keep in mind this is very difficult, many colors to reach, an extreme challenge. This would be the only color no one should go for. But the principle is same for every single way, and as you can see, I reached this eyelid. If you feel this is too difficult, you can remove this color. And as you can see, this is also fully possible even though... Yeah, this is fully possible even though you're not directly located at that particular middle position. I just feel like this is a little more comfortable, a little easier to remember exactly where to stand. Basically, you want to stand exactly right here. Okay? Great. And if you want to exclude the outer eyelid, you can go in first person even. And you can be located over here. See? Easy. Or easier. Maybe the right usage of words. So moving on to H3, we have this floor. This is speed 11 compatible as well. I would say the majority of our floors have the minimum of speed 11. There are 2 locations, because it depends on the floor is symmetrical, but the colors are not. You either stand right located over here in this corner, and you preferably remember the most distant, of course, being this one and this one, like gray line. Black. Oh, oh, sorry. This one, sorry. You remember this one and this one. That's my brain turning off into sleep mode. Stand here and you remember gray, white. Okay? Lime blue. If you don't want to be located over here, or if you are on this corner, you can actually stand right here. Colors to keep an eye for is this one, and perhaps even this one. I feel this location is easier. Also, you're more located in the middle than compared to that side. So these corners are identical, and those corners are identical. Okay? I think that's enough said. Going to speed 12, you can reach all colors except for one. That one color is this one. Now this is very particular because you need to be you know which color is which. You have two to choose from, as you can see. It's the same color which is located in the middle. So this one and this one, those are the same. Be located beside that one. So right over here, and you remember two colors, which is this one, so I just reached, and this one. So purple, blue. And it is fully possible. Okay? You can choose if you want to be in third or first person. I'm actually preferably in first, but that's up to you. As you can see, it's possible. Cyan, light blue, brown. Okay? If you feel like this is too difficult, you can also go for this. Now you're excluding two colors here, two more colors. However, you go including this one. And this is a very easy location. Don't really have to use a sprint at all. All colors are so nearby. Okay, you stand literally over here, and there you have all your accessible colors. Works on all parts of the map or floor, whatever you want to call it. So moving on to age 4, we have this one, which is also, no, this is speed 10 compatible. Which is the reason you have to reach this one. So where you want to stand is exactly on top of this line. Okay, just be on top of here. And I prefer to remember, of course, the edge color and the middle. So white and green. Not so really difficult. Eh? Not too shabby. And here you can choose if you want to go to the middle, if you want to be on this. Completely up to you. 11, we had to ignore that one color. Okay? And you have to stand slightly more in the middle. Okay? I usually remember the middle color, which is pink. And now it's black. So black, and I also remember this one sometimes. Otherwise, as you can see, it's almost as equally easy as the speed 10 version. Gray, cyan. Alright. And going to speed 12, we had to remove a few more. Trust me, I have tried as well. You cannot reach this color when going in speed 12. Where you want to stay is right located over here, okay? Between this one and this one. And those are the two colors you should remember as well. Red, magenta. Being first person, it helps you a lot. Light blue, lime. Orange. No. Gray, light gray. So as you can see, the colors are pretty nearby. Not too large jumps you need to make. Okay? Relatively easy. Not much else to say about that, because I'm getting too unlucky. So let's just move on. Page 5. And this is what I call a paint map, because it reminds me of paint stains, basically, if you understand my point of view. Now this is speed 10 compatible, and it's located in this corner. You have to stand in between basically 3 different colors. The troll color, which is this one, the single color, the second single color, and this one. Stand in between these 3, you should be fine, which is roughly right on top of this color. So purple, green, magenta. Blue, purple, cyan. Okay, magenta, red, cyan. Okay. Red, yellow, purple. Okay, white, cyan, magenta. No, seems like I'm not gonna get the colors, but you get the point anyways. Okay, just make sure you locate it right over here. See, it is fully possible. Now going into speed 11, there's one particular location, and that's right above the one, the second single color. Okay, so if you stand right above it, you can reach nearly every single color, with the exception of I think 3. Stand just on top of it, you should be able to reach all other colors. Okay? I usually remember this dot, okay? Always be sure to remember the colors surrounding the dot. Since that the left side contains more colors than the right side. Speaking of distance per se. So light blue, orange. And this is, well, obviously one of the colors that you cannot reach on speed 11. And this is the second one you can't reach. But every single color is still possible on speed 11 in your field of vision. Okay? So going to speed 12, we have 3 locations, which I'm going to talk about. 2 of them have 7 colors, 1 of them has 8. This is the first. As you can see, you have 7 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or is it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. No, 7. Okay? So I usually tend to remember these 2 colors. Orange, white. But that's just a personal opinion. You choose what you want to remember. Just being a third person, it helps. Unless you want to be in first, up to you again. But I like third better in this case. Oh, lag. It's never fun. But it occurs sometimes. Light gray, red. Can this game please stop being mean? What's red? And then it lags. Green, orange. This is what happens. This is what happens when you are unlucky. Woohoo! Okay, let's move location before I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay. This is the second location. This exact paint stain, okay? So stand on it. Be located in third person. And basically keep in mind of all colors surrounding it. Altogether, this makes up 7 colors. Okay? Up to you what colors you want to remember. I usually remember green and white. Those 2 exact colors. Not much else to say about this location. Simple to find, maybe a little more difficult to successfully execute though. The last location has 8 colors, however, it's very rare that you are placed like right over here when the floor appears. If you want to stand here, you want to stand right between this color and this color, okay? If you are, you are in the perfect position, okay? Hmm? You have behind you, in front of you, to the left, to the right, and I still don't get the color I want. Okay, but you basically have colors all over the place. So, I just remember the left and right color. And go, and basically, I see the other colors when it appears in my hotbar. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Stop lagging. Oh! Stop! There we go. As you can see, it is fully possible. I'm losing my mind. This color is still perfectly possible. Remember that, okay? Do not think anything otherwise. I want to strangle someone. Am I gonna be no? Moving on to age 6. We have this floor. And this is another Speed 11 compatible floor. Okay, so this is very extremely favorable on the northeast corner since this location is only, yeah, literally only located over here as you can see. So you stand here and you want to remember 2 most distant colors. The second one being this one, yellow, light grey. The location in between the colors is roughly over here. Okay? Green, light blue. Mm, white, red. It's not my day today. Blue, yellow. Anyways, you understand the point. Both of the colors are definitely possible. Should be no worries whatsoever. Moving on to speed 12, you can reach all colors except for one, which is that one, red. Yep. Not possible. What you want to stand is just in front of that one location, okay? The troll color. Stand in front of it, and as you can see, you can, if you have my FOV 95, you can actually see all the colors, okay? Let's not talk about what happened there. Okay, anyways, this is the location, and you choose kind of what you want to remember. Maybe you want to remember that exact dot. Maybe you want to remember the colors on this side. You decide. I like to remember the dot though. And if this happens, you can basically be certain no one has made it, because no one goes for that color, okay? Pink. Unless... Oh, never mind. Unless if there is like a Randy, yes. Otherwise, you can be almost certain you are going to make it. So white. But yeah, as you've seen, it is fully possible to reach all the colors in your field of sight over here. Orange. Lime. Yep. This is a quite difficult location though, so bear in mind. If you want to have to make it slightly easier, you can remove this one and go over here. What you want to remember is the troll color. So yeah, this location is a little easier than this one. Because you can basically remove this color if you feel like that location is too difficult. So if you stand over here, right on this dot, you remove the troll color and this one being green. Stand here, brown, orange. This is still this is not really easy anyways, but it is an alternate location, okay? Moving on to H7, we have this one, the planets. Our solar system, which is speed 10 compatible. Now, if you wanna, it's a little favorable for the southeast corner, and as you can see, you can still reach the stars. Okay? And the sun as well. Basically, we prove the point that you can reach every single color. Stand right on top of the planet and its eclipse. You used to really say eclipse? But it's line, okay? Just stand on top of the planet and its line, and you should be fine. Moving on to speed 11, now it's time to remove the stars, okay? And to focus on all other colors. I usually want to stand almost in between all planets and remember the sun. So, orange and brown. No, orange and lime, sorry. If it's not the sun colors, I can be certain it's gonna be the planets or the background, as shown. Green cyan. As you can see, it's fully possible. Okay? If the star color was to appear, you can also be certain no one is going to reach it. Moving on to speed 12, you have several locations. However, most people want to go for the middle. You can choose 2 planets, and that's a maximum. Unless you really want to stand here and try and reach as many colors as you can, but this is not recommendable. Okay? I think you can reach like 1 extra color over here, but it's extremely difficult and not really worth it. But as you can see, it is possible. However, extremely difficult. Don't think this one is. Yeah, do not attempt this. A very poor decision. You can go here instead and just aim for those two planets. And you will have the same chance of making it in comparison to the middle. But as I have given you the tip before, sometimes it's better to follow the stream. So go for the middle. Moving on to the I section, I1. We have this one, speed 11 compatible. So you understand in between two specific colors, which is this one and this one. And that's located right over here. This is fairly easy and should not be too much of a problem. No issue to reach all colors whatsoever. As you can see. So moving on to speed 12, you have to ignore one color. You can actually reach all the colors except for one, but I would again not recommend it. This is the one color you can't reach in any way whatsoever. If you stand here, however, you will keep in mind of this color and this color. Okay? They are the most distant. Oh. Brown, green. Okay? However, it's very risky and you have a large risk of failing the jump. Keep in mind, this is only for one extra color, a color which basically no one actually goes for. Okay? And that's why I think might not be worth it. Okay? Just my own recommendation, I suppose. Okay? As you can see, it is possible, just not recommendable. Stand right in between these. Okay, right in between the colors here. Magenta purple. Purple, magenta. As you can see, it's fully possible. Not recommendable. You can be in first person and remove that one color, this one. Just ignore this as well. You can stand over here in first person. And over here, just be directed diagonally, facing this circle, and you should be fine. Okay? Nearly all colors have the same distance to each other. This is a perfectly alright spot where in nearly all of the cases you should be able to get at least one of these colors. So moving on to I2, we have the squares. Oh, this is fun. Speed 10, every color is still available. So what you wanna do is aim yourself towards the middle, okay? You wanna remember the middle color, which is yellow. Otherwise, everything else is gonna be located over here, okay? So gray. I don't think I need to show that it's actually possible to reach the middle because I think you can obviously see that it is. So just remember the middle color, magenta. And as you can see, it's fully possible. 11, you have to exclude the middle, okay? And simply go for the rest in the corners, okay? You can simply just be located over here, standing over here, and you should be perfectly fine. Not much else to explain, not much else to say. Very easy. Moving on to speed 12, this might be one of the most difficult speed 12s there are. You can reach all colors except for 2. Yes. Only these ones are impossible. The rest are indeed possible. If you stand over here, you can actually reach all others. I remember the 2 diagonal behind me, which is, if we, yeah, which is this one and this one, so green, yellow. The rest are probably in front of me. But as I said, this is extremely insanely difficult. And if you're not used to jumping taking real large leaps in speed 12, do not attempt this. Okay? But as you can see, everything is fully possible. It's just I keep getting the same colors over and over again. Cyan green. Red, green. Yep, as shown, as proven, it is possible. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. I'm not ever gonna get that color again. But yeah, that color, even though I failed at it, sorry for that, it's definitely possible. If you feel like this is too difficult, remove this color too, okay? Remove that color and go for the others, okay? So stand basically over here. And it's slightly easier. Whoops. Okay? But this is kind of a floor where if you feel like it's still too difficult, remove another color. Maybe remove this one. And so on. You can just progress until you feel like, until you come to your comfortable zone. But best spot is still here. Just remember this color located right here, middle. And voila. Moving on to I3 instead then. We have zebra. A nightmare. Do not be located on the side when zebra appears. This is not a happy time. So just gonna assume you are on this side of the floor, and I can teach you how to play this. On speed 10 and 11, focus on this stripe, okay? Just be slightly to the left of it. And remember this color actually, so yellow, because it's the most distant. The other most distant colors are actually these two. Okay? As you can see, it's completely possible. Okay? Just remember to stand right here. Slightly to the left of the stripe. Going into speed 11, still stand in the exact same position actually, exact same. Just ignore that corner, okay? What you want to remember are 2 different colors, which I do at least. I remember these 2, so grey, white. Of course you had to, of course you had to. As you can see, it's possible to reach the colors from here. As you can see, it's possible to reach the colors over here too. Okay? Going on to speed 12, you have 3 locations, okay? The first one, if you're located over here and the floor appears, just go over here. Okay? You can reach 5 colors, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stripes and the background. Okay? The second position is similar. You're located over here. 4 stripes plus background. Yeah, just give me one color at least. And there you have it. Now there is one better location, but it's the same as like the paint floor. You nearly ever locate it over here. But this is actually the best location you can have. 6 colors instead of 5. 5 stripes and 1 background. As you can show, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus background. Okay, I'll still recommend being in first person. And yeah, this is very obvious that all colors are indeed possible. However, this floor is extreme and just totally luck based. So this is one of the worst floors in my opinion. So moving on to I4, this is speed 11 compatible. What you understand is it works on every single side. You want to be located exactly between here. Okay, just remember that. And the colors I tend to remember is the middle and the color up here, that little branch. Okay, just go for brown, blue. And I keep an extra eye on this color behind me too. Black, gray, white. Red, light gray. Pink, black. I really want to show that it is indeed possible. Magenta, green. Brown, pink. Yellow, black. Can this game be kind, please? Cyan, red. Green, yeah. And as you can see, it is fully possible. Now going into speed 12, we are gonna remove you, this one, and this one. Okay, these 2 colors will no longer be available, and this one too. All those 3 are inaccessible. If you stand right here, you can actually reach the bronze too. So reach from here to here. So you have light gray, white. Those are the 2 colors I remember. Magenta, purple. As you can see, it's possible. Alright? The bronze is the exact same distance from that color that appeared, so if you can reach this dot, you can also reach the bronze. Okay? So going on to I5, we have our next speed 12 compatible floor. This was a while, wasn't it? You have 2 locations. This is the first. Very easy. Stand between these. Remember the 2 remaining miscellaneous colors. So, green, black. You decide if you want third or first. Both work almost equally good. The second location is right over here, if you happen to be located in this corner. Okay? Stand on this and you remember the 2 miscellaneous colors, white, red. Okay? Really easy, really simple. And that's it. It's actually called a fire floor, if you wanted to know. It's actually a fire. That's just a fun fact. So going on to I6, we have our next speed 12 compatible floor. What I usually want to do is I go for the color. You'll see there's two dots in front of, yeah. Basically, to the corner of any of them, works for both sides. You have four colors when you're standing in the middle. See? Remember the two miscellaneous. Okay, so lime, no, magenta, light gray. I'm becoming a little tired, sorry. Black, purple. Light blue, black. As you can see, it's not really, yeah, that's how simple it is. You can also stand here. The colors to remember are slightly different. Black and purple instead. Gray and purple. Yep, see? This is one floor where it's almost easier to jump off the color. So if it's not the miscellaneous colors, stand still. Okay? So moving on to I7, we have the triangles floor. This is speed 11 compatible, but I know a lot of people don't actually go for it. Anyways, you want to stand right in the middle of this triangle here, and you want to make sure you reach these two, so green and red. If it's not one of those colors, you have to immediately run to the right. Okay, so lime, cyan. Because you need to be able to reach this one and this one. Okay, but as you can see, it's fully possible. You can also decide to choose this one instead of that one if you really wish to. I do sometimes. So black, green. And red, cyan. No. Magenta, light blue. As you can see, it's fully possible to reach our colors. If the yellow color was to appear, for instance, you can just run straight forwards. By the way, just a fun fact. Yeah. That's it for speed 11. Well, you basically have this location, okay? So going to first person is recommendable. And you basically stand over here, and you can reach all colors barely without using the sprint key. Okay? Speed 12 is easier than speed 11 on this floor. Okay? Great. Yeah, this is a kind of self-explanatory, very easy to remember, and very easy to reach. So coming into the J section, we're going to skip J1 and J2 and go to J3, since J1 and 2 are my own floors and not in the game. We're going to go to speed 10, where everything is possible. You have 3 locations here where you can reach everything. The first one, the most popular one, is over here. Stand over here, and you remember the edge, this color, and this color. Okay, so green, pink. Basically stand over here, and remember those two. Yellow, orange. Yeah, it's completely possible. And I won't go through this too long because it's very simple. The jump itself is not simple, but it's very simple to easy to remember where you want to stand, just on top of this triangle. The next location is on the opposite side, right over here. It may be slightly more difficult to remember exactly where to stand. You can also always measure your eye from this distance to this distance. In between is your location. Okay? This works on this side as well, of course, it's half mirrored. But yeah, totally possible. The third one, which is where the one I'm using, and I think it's only me, but here goes. I basically stand slightly off center to this color. I remember cyan blue. I remember these two colors. Hang on. I remember this one and this one. Okay. So orange, lime. Okay. As you can see, it's still completely possible. Those are 3 locations, speed 10. Speed 11, you have one location which is the best, and it's over here. You want to be placed right between these colors. You're fine. As you can see, you can still reach this one. You can still reach this middle. As shown. It's still completely possible. Okay? Only one color is inaccessible, and that is the middle. This one. This one is the only excluded color. Moving on to speed 12, we also have like a lot of different positions. The first one, which I like a lot, is this one. You stand on this color. In first person is really good. And you can only reach a maximum of 4 colors on every single location, and that's, yeah, kind of depressing, but that's how it is. Very luck-based multi-location floor, basically. The second location is actually more in the middle, right over here. We can still reach 4 colors, as you can see. So yeah, and then we also have one last position, which is over here at the triangles. Basically, you stand between these two and remember the outer and the inner. Okay? I would say that speed 11 and 12 are more difficult. No, speed 10 and 11 are more difficult than speed 12. Okay? So there you have it. So going on to J4, we will be witnessing this floor. And this is speed 11 compatible, maybe a little difficult, but I have my position. Works in all corners. Keep in mind this one, stand right just beside it, on top of it, you know, the corner. And then remember 2 colors. The edge, this one, magenta, and the inner, lime. Okay? So it would be blue and red. Okay? Lime, blue. Just do not forget about this color as well, okay? Because this exists too. But yeah, blue, light gray. Orange, black. Yellow, orange. Gray, lime. But yeah, as you can see, the colors are actually possible. The middle is still possible. I always think it's actually easier to reach the middle than the edge. So keep that in mind. Also remember, you basically need all the time, all the possible speed 11 time to reach the colors. You need to be very quick. If you're slightly too hesitant or your reflexes are slightly off point, you're not gonna make it. Hello? No. One more attempt. Gentle red. Nope. Anyways, that's the position you want to stand at. Works in every single corner. Going to speed 12, I like going in third person and going straight above this chunk of color. Now here, over here, you can, as you can see, you can reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors, okay? The colors you can't reach is this one, this one, this one. Alright? Standing over here, usually it can be usually good to remember the color behind you, so lime. But otherwise, everything is possible. Okay. As shown. Okay? Completely possible. So going on to the second last floor, J5, we have this one. Now this is speed 10 compatible. So basically where I want like to stand is right over here. Now remember 3 colors. The corner, this one, and the middle. So lime, yellow, white. Okay? Gray, lime, blue. Okay? Just, I don't really have any specific location. I measure it with my eye, basically. So brown. Okay? Cyan, blue, purple. Okay? Cyan, blue, brown. Now, they didn't appear now, but they are definitely fully possible. It should not be too big of an issue. Now, coming up with speed 11, I know a lot of people do actually stand here on the edges over here. And that's fine. You can stand here. So basically, yeah, stand here and you should be perfectly, absolutely fine. Okay? There was one color I was gonna think of, but I don't really see it. Oh well. Just stand over here and it should be completely fine. Okay? Corner color is removed. This is no longer accessible. Okay? Great. Now I am unique, I'm special, so I actually go over here. And I remember 2 colors. I remember that one and the middle as well. So, yeah, the same colors. Brown, orange. However, this is a more difficult spot, so I would still, if you aren't used to spot, I still recommend going for the edges, okay? But I'm just pointing out you can still stand over here. Going into speed 12, I have found a really good spot, which only excludes 2 colors, which is the corner and the middle. Okay? If you stand over here, you can reach everything else. I stand over here and particularly remember 2 colors, which is located to the right of me, left of me, this time. So white and pink. Okay? Light gray, blue. Red, brown. And this is the corner. No one's gonna make it, so you're fine. You know, no, you know everyone's gonna fall. If the middle color appears, you should be a little concerned, but this is still a better spot in my opinion. The colors are closer compared to the edge, and you have a lesser risk of actually falling. Okay? So as you can see, like lime, magenta. As you can see, everything here is possible and relatively close to each other. Let's try one more time. Magenta, brown. So going on to the last floor, since J7 is easy chains, you can just go back to the regular chains in part 1 and you'll see speed 11 and 12 are exactly identical as J7. So J6, the last floor, is the flower floor. This is speed 10 compatible. And although I know a lot of people do stand in the corner, there is a better spot. Okay, do not stand over here. Stand on the filled flower. Okay, this is the mark where you want to know, like, this is where I'm standing. On speed 10, however, still stand slightly off to reach this one. All other colors are actually surrounding the filled flower. It's just one odd color out, this one. That's why you should stand slightly off and remember it. Okay? All other colors are surrounding this one. So brown. Orange. And that's basically what you have to do. Very simple. As you can see, it's doable. Completely doable. Going into speed 11, however, you have to remove the odd one out. Of course it appears. Then you can stand in the middle of this filled flower, actually. Just look around. Because you know one of the, like, if a color appears, it's gonna be somewhere around the filled flower. Okay? With the exception of the odd one out. Which tends to appear now. But yes, you get the point. The distance is nearly identical to all the flowers here. Which means if you can reach one, you can reach the other two. Okay? Good. Now, speed 12, however, is far more finicky. I would recommend going into corners for this, actually. And this corner is a little less good. This is actually the best. I go here. I go in third person. And I remember this particular color, light gray, the middle. Okay? And you can actually reach 6 colors. You can reach 4 flowers, the middle, and the background. So all these are possible. Okay? As shown. Okay? It is indeed possible. Okay? However, you can only reach this many. You cannot reach more. So that's why this is also so extremely luck-based floor. Because yeah. You can also stand over here, and you will be able to reach the same amount of colors. Just one, not one, actually 2 of them are different colors. So this is also very, yeah, depending on luck, which one do you want to go for? Okay. In this corner, we have the same procedure over here. Okay. There. As you can see, oh, this is possible. Okay. This is still possible. And basically, that's it for the flower floor, and that's gonna be it for all floors actually. This is the last floor. If okay, I'm gonna say if you are located in the middle, just go for the regular. Okay, just go like over here. Okay, and be happy with it. Just go for 5 colors instead. Okay. But if you look at it close to the corners, go for it. That's all I have to say. I really hope this helped. I really do. Hope I found some new spots for you, or just teach you that there are some better. And yeah, just make sure you know your limit. That's from what I know, a lot of people actually tend to do that mistake. Know your limit of succession. So you don't want to strive for a extremely difficult position when you know you're not going to be able to do it. I have my own little experiment or classification of a doable position. So if you go into the practice and you feel like, okay, I do it 10 times. If you complete it 5 out of 10 times or less, the spot is probably too difficult for you. Okay? Just to clear that up. But yeah, so you can always just return to the videos, return to the spots if you feel like, okay, I am not ready for this spot yet, so I'm gonna practice and then feel like, okay, I'm ready. Just go back to the video and see how it's done. Okay? But that's it. That's everything I have to give you, and I hope that you can become better at the game. Alright? I'll see you around.